Hi everyone, welcome to my cyberspace. In this video, we'll continue our series on understanding SSIS, but particularly I'm going to be talking about understanding SSIS interface, particularly Visual Studio interface as regard running SSIS packages. First of all, thank you for watching this video. But now let's get right into it. At this point, I would assume you already have SSIS installed, you have everything ready. So one of the things we want to do is to just click on open Visual Studio. Remember, you can open a package called like SSIS in itself. And one of the things we do is you can create a new project, continue without code. So we just want to understand this whole interface. First few things for you, you might not see this tab called Solution Explorer. Right now, we are not in SSIS in itself. We are still currently in the just general Visual Studio code. So you might not see this tab called Solution Explorer. Whatever you see here, if it's not Solution Explorer, either it's an area, whatever, you can exit out and you want to click on View and just click on Solution Explorer. You need this Solution Explorer because it's one of the friendly interface as you run your packages. You can know some of the things that are the dependencies, so you need to have that. Also, understanding the interface is that most of the time you would be using the file and the view portion. So let's try to open a file so that we can have like better interface and understand some things better. So I'm just going to open up a file. I'm just going to open a solution. So let's say my SSIS package. Let me just do this and we would see that we have more stuff right here. So right here we see that, and this is one important thing for you to like understand the SSIS interface well. So some of the things you see here is you see control flow, you see data flow, you see parameters, you see event handlers. And what does all of this mean? If you look at what we have here, if you notice that when I switch this tab, the options that are here are quite different. One of the things also, in case you mistakenly delete this tab away, and you can just click on this and it's going to bring up the tab again. So never be scared about that. So few things is when it comes to SSIS, like I said in the previous video, that SSIS is mostly used in data management to extract, to transform, and to load. When you think of extracting, transform, and loading, is basically saying something in the simplest form. There is a source, there's a processing, and there's a destination. There's a source, there's a processing, and a destination, and that is what we have here. If I click on this data flow tags, if you notice, it says other sources. So it's talking about what are the sources that we have, and this is the destination. Most of the things you would run in SSIS is that you are trying to pull a data from somewhere, either from the same source or multiple source. So when you think of a flat file source are majorly CSV file. When you think of Excel source, everybody probably knows what an Excel file is, and the destination is where do you want this file to go to. When you want this, after you do the pre-processing, do you want it to go to like a SQL server? Do you want to go to like an Excel destination? That is it. Then the control flow is more like the direction. Think of it as a project management. So when you've done like the data flow, all of the extract, transform, and load, then the control flow is what is the direction. Do we have to first of all like extract data from 5 different sources, do this, and do this next, and you want to sort up a time for it. So the parameter also is like some of the filtering and all of that. So this is the most of the time when you also run a package, when you create a package, or so when you, most of the time we call it a package, but I think it's just a fancy word for when you create a project on executing a task. You're going to just click on this start menu to start it. There are a few things here also. This is the connection manager. This is where you create connection between like your laptop to a source. Either the source is like the file you have on your device or a SQL server or something. So you create this connection manager. In next video, I'm going to be talking more about like how to load in a data or how to run a package. You would also see these interfaces. You would see like the connection manager. This is like the package that I've created in case you have like multiple packages. So that's like the overview. And another thing is if you want to create a new project, it's just going to be new projects, and you would select SSIS, or you just search for integration. You just do SSIS, you'll be good to go. So you either choose either of the three, but normally I would recommend you choose this first one and that is it. So in the next video, I'll talk about like how to load in data and how to run your first SSIS package successfully. If this video was a value for time, do well to subscribe, like, follow, and share. Ciao.